Hey everyone, how are you all doing? I'm back with a new video. I wanted to do a walkthrough of the Ancestral Healing Tarot. In all honesty, I will link the channel of Nine Coins and Ikale Sunflower because both of them did a walkthrough. So I was a little bit debating, shall I do it, shall I not do it, shall I do it, shall I not do it? And I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I will put it up there and that be that, you know. And then I was, well, kind of stalling again a little bit. But I was going through my tarot closet, rearranging a little bit. So I was like, let me do it, you know, then it's done and it's over with. The Ancestral Healing Tarot deck by Sister Elia Diane Fushi Bekene, if I say this correct. She goes by Care. That's it. Okay, let me read. It's a little bit tiny, but let me try to read. Find your path forward by fostering ancestral healing in the present. Drawing on the traditional tarot illustrations by occultist Pamela Coleman Smith, these beautifully collage art tarot cards are designed like altars on which Black and Indigenous ancestry offer embodied wisdom for us by foster ancestral healing. Okay, that was a little bit weird. Maybe I said something wrong. This set includes 78 traditional tarot cards, plus 5 elemental cards, fire, air, water, earth, and spirit. You can get the booklet by scanning the code. I've done that. I read through it quickly, in all honesty. I didn't really go in depth yet. So we're getting a normal tuck box, nothing too special, but hey, it protects the card. That's all that matters. These are the backings. They're beautiful, right? Okay, it's fairly thin. I don't mind, you know. I know some do, but I don't mind. The thing I find is that it is textured in some kind of way. I don't know what it is. I like it. Okay, in all honesty, because I already shuffled, I already used, you know, I put them in order again, except the elemental cards. Let me put this aside for a sec, because she placed them right before the suits, you know. But I thought, let me put them up and okay, let me do it like this. I hope I'm still in screen. Okay, let me do it like this. We're gonna stretch a little bit. So we have Spirit for the major arcana, Fire for the wands, Water cups, Air swords, Earth pentacles. I'm not gonna use them, in all honesty, in the deck itself, because for me, that representation is very, very similar to how I see the aces already. So at this moment they're still in the deck, but I was thinking about maybe using them in elemental spreads. So yeah, but that's me, you know, that's me personally. If you work with an elemental spread with the deck, it could be fun, right? I think they're a nice extra addition, you know, to the deck. But again, it's not something that I would use in a tarot, because for me, those representations, again, come really close yeah, to the ace card already, right? The ace of fire, or the ace of water, or the ace of air, the ace of earth. Maybe less spirit. I might actually just put spirit in there. But yeah, I think that's the whole major arcana. I don't know yet. Anywho, for now, I kept them separate. So let me put them aside already. Then we have a little bit of, well, an hello card. I don't know how to say that. It's not really a title card, right? It says, may this deck help you move through and reconcile with your greatest pains and displacement, search for belonging, nostalgia, and homesickness. May you get close enough to your fears to allow them to turn into the fiercest companions, the most patient friends, and the wisest guides. May you realize you always belong to your ancestry's heart. May this deck become a portal to ancestral healing as it has been for me. You are precious. I think it's beautiful, right? I'm sorry, I'm again fighting a fly, yeah, because my windows are open. It's not super warm, but the sun is out and it's not bad, and I like it. I want to keep my window open. But yeah, they're like, oh, it's nice and toasty in here. Yeah, we want to come in, go out. Okay, I'm gonna go through them. Because the booklet is in a PDF kind of form or digital, you know, I went through them where I'm, well, disagreeing is a strong word, right? But where I see a different, which is actually in the court suits, yeah. I will share my opinions, but I will go through them as they are. So we start with the Fool, of course. I like it, and then I had a little bit of a problem because of course we have the title, but with the horse it feels a little bit night-like, you know, like the knights, yeah. But yeah, because we have the title, I didn't feel like I was confused or something, you know. Oh, there we go. They're a little bit slippery sometimes. So yeah, it was different. Yeah, I do like that it's a young boy in that sense, right? And yeah, and that's it. So the magician is the same boy. I found that, well, weird again is not the right word. I don't know. I don't think I mind it, you know, because once they're shuffled, it's not like they're next to each other, right? I think just because I went through it in order, that I was like, why do we have the same boy? Because it's a cute boy. And in this case, I think we see all the elements, right? Coming back, we see his tools. He has everything he needs, you know. Maybe to start that young life, in the sense of the Fool's Journey, right? That we really start young and then go up in that sense. So it has everything it needs, and it's beautiful. I do love the High Priestess. I find it very beautiful. There's a little owl here. Okay, let me get my pointer. Yeah. Here you see a little white owl. We have here the big moon, and there are two like crescent ones above her head, which again is very interesting, right? I love the darker tones. The Empress, I think it's very beautiful. In the sense of it's like a little bit modern, but with the flowers, you know, the older cards in the field, right? So we get that nature, nurture kind of element, which again is beautiful. Here we have the Emperor. I found it interesting that he's on these walking sticks, right? That authority, but also that stability that he can offer, yes? He is being in his element, yeah. He knows, yeah, how to navigate this this space, and he's in charge of that. So again, definitely enjoy that. The Hierophant. Yeah, I almost looked at all this stuff, the candles and the crystals. It's almost like it feels like an offering, because in all honesty, in the beginning, I was a little bit confused because with the pillars, yeah, and all this stuff at the bottom, it reminded me of the High Priestess, but in the toes, right? But even with the pillars, the High Priestess, because we don't really see that in the High Priestess. We do have her on the boats, you know, and we do have the moons, and we have the form of wisdom here in the owl, I think. But yeah, like I said, for me, again, because we have the title, so it was very clear. But in the position, right, even though, I don't know, is this a man? Let me check. It looks like an older woman. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But again, with all the offerings, yeah, it really gave me that high priestess vibe in the toes. But again, that could be me. Still a very beautiful card, right? The lovers. We will see them again later, which I really liked. But I think it's beautiful that it's a little bit of an older couple, right? Not too young. I love the rainbow colors around them. It almost feels like that light, right? They made that choice. They have that commitment, right? And they're being protected. Yeah. I don't know. There's definitely something very beautiful about this. I'm going to keep this aside because I want to get back to it later. The chariot, I love the black and white, yeah, and then you have these pops of gold in the sphinxes, right? There's a lot of tiny little things going on here, which are all kinds of seashells, cowries, but also different kinds. I wish they were a little bit bigger because it actually took me a while to see them. But sometimes that's also the fun, right? That we read, that we discover new things. So yeah, a beautiful card. I really love the design here. Yeah, maybe one thing, not to be negative, but in the chariot, it's about that movement, right? And even in my deck, I actually didn't have him move, but mine at least was standing, maybe, I don't know, because this one is sitting and it feels like in that position again of power, right? But for me, the chariot is about movement. Again, this can all be very personal, right? And I don't feel that movement. There is some movement here, if you can see it in the bird, right? Because that's flying. But the statues are already very positioned, right? And then he is also very positioned. So, yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this. I still love the card though. Strings. I love the interaction here. It's a little bit, but yeah, it's collage art, right? We sometimes need to take that liberty. I know, I do it myself. So I love that we still have that bit of interaction, and it almost looks then like because she is interacting, he is interacting, right? He's making himself known. So yeah, I do like that. And again, we have all the elements. We have the little infinity sign there, right? Again, very beautiful card. The Hermit. Yeah, nothing to complain. I love the background, the sky, right? I love that he's walking towards that light and towards the key, you know. It's about that introspection, right? He's on the path to that enlightenment, to that opening up, right? So yeah, I definitely enjoy this one. I think it's beautiful. The Wheel of Fortune. I love the circle, but also with all the zodiac signs. I'm not too sure. Maybe it was in the book. Did I check it? I forgot. I don't know. I should check before I open my mouth, but I'm not sure what each of them mean, because normally in the wheel, well, not in the toes, but in the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's about the fixed signs, right? We have Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. And I'm not sure. Before I open my mouth, I actually should check the booklet. What I will do, if there is a mention of it, I will put it in the screen in text. That, well, I should have zipped my lip. If not, I will mention it too. If the booklet is going in depth at what everything means, you know. Anyway, I will let you know in the screen. But yeah. Design wise, I think it's very beautiful. We know what it means, right? Well, again, except this, but maybe I'm wrong. Number 11, justice is healing. I needed to think about that. Yeah. I think especially because in this time, right, we're in a very vocal time, yeah, when it comes to justice, peace, humanity. When we're talking about, for example, what's going on now, right, in Gaza, in Palestine. I don't think I didn't mention it in my last videos. And I was really thinking about that, yeah. Because sometimes we can say something, but how deep does that go? And I ended up feeling that this was actually very beautiful, yeah. Because to get that justice, yeah, I always say, right, not me. I mean, I have it from others also, but I 100% agree that you cannot have justice, yeah, or you cannot have peace, sorry, without justice, yeah. That is just the time that there is no tension. That doesn't mean, yeah, that there is true peace or true justice. So I really thought about this, how healing justice would be. And of course, you hear that and you understand it, but I really wanted to think about it. And even though I think this is the card of least design, yeah, I think it's one of the most beautiful ones. It's very simple. Justice is healing. Um, when you get that justice for the wrongs that were committed to you or your family or whatever, this is where we start to heal. This is where that healing journey can really take place. I don't think you can heal. We talking if I talk about the diaspora, the my ancestors as slaves, right? I don't think that there's any healing for them or for me, because we heal from a position of where we are. Did we get justice? No, so there is no healing from that position. Anyway, that was a lot of ranting. Really love the card. uh, Number 12, which would have been the Hanged Man or the Hanged One, she calls it the liminal space, and I actually really like that. I like the emptiness, with some elements still, but yeah, I'm actually enjoying this one. Even though, again, I should be. I did read the booklet quickly, but again, with everything that's going on, I'm not really registering lately. But because she changed the name, I'm going to assume that she will go in depth in this card, Death, well, Death is my Scorpio card, so I'm always looking for it, and I actually really liked it. It's a little bit weird, with the, oh my god, go away, with the mannequins and the skeletons heads, and I love the weirdness. I'm not gonna lie, love the weirdness. I think it works. It's amazing. Then we have Temperance. I like it. We have the 1 foot in the water, 1 on land, right? I love that we're also, even though there is water, but that we also in like an earthy kind of a place. Because normally we see it, yeah, but I don't think we ever really see it in this kind of very this clear, right? That we're in a wooded area. There's a lot of earth. We have some mushrooms, all different kinds. We have the wings, yeah, and it almost feels like there is a balance, a harmony, temperance, right, between all of these elements, which again I'm really liking, because we have with the wings maybe air, we have earth, we have water. You know what I mean? We have fire in the sun. There's this balance in all these elements, right? Really like that. Oh, here we go. See? So in the Lovers, we had our lovely couple. And see, they're back here. I really like that. I like when we get these characters back, especially in the Lovers, because the Lovers is also one of my cards, so I'm always checking also to the Devil to see how they work together. Really like this. We have here some angel wings. We have here, I think it's a ram skull. We have our couple back, and instead of that harmonizing rainbow kind of aura thing, you know, we have this red danger kind of smoke. Yeah, very beautiful. The tower, very RWS, right? Nothing missing. We have the sun strike. We have that shaking up of energy, right? Beautiful. Okay, not gonna lie, this one was a little bit weird. For me, maybe I'm weird. Because there's water shooting out of her nipples. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. This can totally be me. Because again, the star in comparison to Temperance, for example, is very similar, right? In the way it's being pictured, especially if we go RWS. And I don't mind shifting from that, but yeah, this was maybe a little bit weird, but I can live with it, seriously. I still think it's a beautiful card. I love the figure. I love the water, the stars, you know. Yeah, only the shooting of the water out of the nipples was, well, a little bit weird to me. But that might be me. The moon. There are 3 faces here. Let me see if I can come a little bit closer, you know. There's a face here in the middle, and then you have here a face and here a face. And it almost felt like the faces of the moon, you know, which I liked. I really liked. It was weird, but a good weird. I really like that. The sun, I mean, they're very happy, you know. We have the sunflowers, we have the hummingbirds, the butterflies, the happy kids. Everything we need to have in a sun card, right? Judgment. We see there are 2 people, and we see one bigger person, and they're on clouds, it looks like. We also again have some moon phases, I think. For me, in all honesty, it didn't feel like a traditional judgment, and at the same time, for me, the coloration felt like judgment, you know. But again, this is all very personal, right? I actually love it. I don't know what's different in my mind, you know, that I feel like, okay, it's not what I was expecting, or what I should be expecting, I don't know. And again, at the same time, I actually love it. I think the colorations for me definitely feel judgment, you know. Okay. The world, I think, is beautiful. I watched 9 coins, it was, right? She was talking about how braiding the hair, you know, was really a ritual thing, right, between her and her mother, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I could definitely see that because, well, I was not braided in that way, but yeah, my grandma was always doing my hair, right? I needed poofs and stuff like that. I actually had poofs like this. So even though it was a different kind, yeah, and it was not my mom, but it was my grandma, I can totally see that. And it was actually her comment, yeah, that made me look again to the card and was like, yeah, okay, I can go there, I can go there. So that was actually really fun. Like I said, I will put their walkthroughs in the description so you can compare, you know, because they all had well, great points themselves, right? Okay, so she works in elements. Yeah, we did the major arcana. Let me put it aside. So we work in elements here, right? We don't work with wands, we work with fire. We don't work with cups, we work with water. And again, I will go through them because it's only in the chords that I'm switching up things. But again, that's me. But we will get there. So the ace of fire, it's a boomerang, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. I think it's a boomerang. I still like it. You see you see a design in it, you know, which I think is beautiful. So we like that. This is a 2 of fire. I'm again liking it. The 3 of fire. Yeah, he's looking right. We have 2 boomerangs here and 1 there. I think it's beautiful. I love the sun here, how it comes up, right? And I love the coloration. These are really my colors. 4, I love that what is it, 60s, 70s, 80s kind of style, you know, when they were dancing. Yeah, I really like that. And here with the fireworks, yeah, yeah, I'm enjoying that one. Yeah, because 4 for me is stability, right? And that doesn't always mean sitting still, yeah? It just means stability in that moment. And sometimes that moment is so pleasant, yeah, we don't want to move forward, right? Because then things change, right? We have we have a change coming. So here I can really see that, and I really like that. Number 5, they're like in a battle position, right? They have their spears and their shields again, and the coloration that really, yeah, it really feels right, like that conflict is here. So yeah, definitely enjoy that. Well, not the conflict part, but the card. Number 6, yeah. There's like a whole row of people and they're doing something. It's like magic is happening, right? Which again, I'm kind of liking. It's almost like mysterious. But yeah, 6 is harmony for me. So yeah, they're all together in harmony, right? There is a magic being performed or a ritual being performed, right? Which brings harmony. Again, I like it. Number 7, we have a boxer. 7s are, for me, new growth, but yeah, it depends on the reading. That, yeah, sometimes we don't really know what's going on. We can be a little bit confused, right? It's not always sunshine and rainbows. So I actually like that because we don't see anything happening, yet he is ready for anything. So again, enjoyable. I love this 8. I really love this 8 because normally with the wands in RWS you get this, right? And there are a lot of other cards that go a little bit that way, right? And there's what's the keyword in RWS, like swiftness or something, and I really feel that with him, but in a very different way, right? He is swift, yeah, and well, I kind of feel like he will kick my ass, yeah, if I make a mistake. Enjoyable. Number 9, we see here what I assume is a mom with her baby, you know, on her shoulder. There is a certain peace that I feel when I look at this, you know. While 9s for me are definitely dynamic energy, but it can go either way, right? And yeah, I like the representation of this. And then number 10, we definitely see, well, that RWS burden, right? But she keeps walking, yeah, so I like that. She's a little bit bowed over, but she's still strong, right? So I like that there's no, done, yeah. So like it, I can work with it. Okay, let me put these aside and then I will do 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me put this aside. How did she do it? Okay, she does it like this, yeah. So in this case, I feel like we're going toast again. I don't know if that was her intention because she describes it as an RWS, right? She goes with the page is earth, the knight is air, queen is water, and the king is fire. And that's all fine and well, you know, this is how she puts it, so you know that. For me, it's like this. So this is how I read them, you know. I will probably for these ones will not go to the guidebook. I will just put my own interpretation there, because for me this stays the same. Page is definitely earth, queen is water, but for me the knight is fire and the king is air. I'm sorry, that fly is annoying me. So yeah, this is how I read it. Again, you know, this is the way that she will give you the deck and probably will describe it to you in the guidebook, right? But yeah, again, I'm gonna keep doing it. For me, it's like this. Yeah, I need to see them like this, because otherwise, yeah, I'm not gonna be happy. There is one where in the air suit there is a horse. But again, I'm just taking it that the king is on a horse. This is it. So again, we also don't have that page, knight, queen, king situation. We have an earth of fire, right? Because we're in the fire suit. So the page is the earth part of fire. And the knight, well, for me, you know, okay, let me do it like she does it. Sorry. So for her, right, the knight is the air part of fire. The queen is the water of fire. And the king is fire of fire. Yes? Okay. I'm going to put... Yeah, it doesn't actually matter because I'm going to shuffle anyway, right? So in the next one, I will just go through them. I will try to put them in her order. I think I put them in my order. Okay, let's see. So the cup suit, so water, right? So we have the ace of water, very self-explanatory, right? The two of water, I kind of feel like the snake in the Garden of Eden here. Yeah, it's trying to do something. I love this tree. I love all the flowers, you know. I might have wanted them to be more interactive instead of just, well, standing there looking at me. But it doesn't take away from the beauty of the card. I love this card. I don't know why, because this is normally not, again, how I see the four, because a lot of the time in RWS it's about boredom, right? And I'm glad she's a little bit smaller, so I'm not going to see her face all bored. But I love the colorations. I really love it. Because again, four stabilities, yeah. She's just sitting there, minding her own business, yeah. Being in her emotions. You know what I mean? This is how I read it. You see here the hand, right? Offering the fourth cup, because there are three here. I don't know. It's the colorations I think I'm really enjoying. The five, yeah. We see here one sitting. One is laying down, one is standing. We see the drought, right? And yeah, a little bit of that water either coming in or... No, they're being poured out. I'm sorry, because here are the other three cups. The other two are here. So this water is poured out. That's really needed, right? And, well, again, the five, I think it's pretty... Again, self-explanatory. Yeah, nothing weird. The six, I love the happiness in them, you know. They're all smiling. They're all playing around or grooving around. That, again, that inner harmony, right? I love the waterfall. I love the coloration. Everything is beautiful. The seven, again, a very familiar scene with all the possibilities, right? All the choices. It can go either way. Number 8, again, the part about, well, maybe the walking away, right? Sometimes we need to leave things behind that are not good for us. We have the 8 cups. We have the beautiful landscape. Love it. Number 9, she's sitting in her power of, in her position of power, right? Like, this is my space. She even holds the cane, right? And I think there might be a whip here. I don't know. Okay. I will not be messing with her. That's for sure. And we, of course, have the 9 cups, right? The plenty, right? The abundance. And then the 10, absolutely love it. It feels like a family picture is being taken, right? And one again is goofing. We always have one in the family, right? And the cups, we have the rainbow, right? Everything we need. Love the picture. Love the design. And then again, let me see. I put it in mine. Let me change that up in hers. Okay. So we have here the page, which would be the earth of water. We have the little fishy here sticking out, which actually made me smile. Because it's such an iconic scenery, right? So small, but yet, yeah, definitely iconic. So, yeah, there she is. She's beautiful. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. In the air of water, here we have the horse, and I'm going to use him as a king, but he is meant to be in her deck a knight, right? I don't care. The horse can come with it. Yeah, it's going to be a king for me. I know, I'm bullheaded. Water, so we have here the queen, you know, all the little trinkets I like. And the fire, which would be the king, right? Definitely in a position of power. Love the colorations. One thing I want to mention too, I love how some of these ancestors, right, are black and white pictures. And I didn't even notice it yet until I really, took my time, right? They're blended in so well that yeah, she did definitely a great job in the design, in my opinion. So yes. But again, I'm still gonna be switching the air and the fire. Okay, the ace of air, which would be swords. We have here arrows, which again works, right? Because we have the feathery part, so I always like that for air. Here we have the 2 of air. It's like she's maneuvering, right, to get out of that, to make the choice which way to go. I like it. I'm not a fan of the 3 swords in the heart, and actually this is one of the only depictions I was actually enjoying, yeah, of, well, 3 things stabbing a heart. Because it's smoke, right? It's air. So I thought this was an amazing depiction, yeah. She did an amazing job. I love it. I do wish that maybe design-wise, because yeah, I'm doing it myself, so maybe my eyes are too focused on some things. I wish it was a little bit more down, because here we have all that space left, and here we're almost in the title, right? But again, that's just me being an ass. I know. But again, this one was surprisingly nice, yeah, even though there's 3 swords, yeah, or arrows in a heart. This was amazing. I love it. Here we have the 4. I actually love this representation. I think, I'm assuming, yeah, because it looks like the different positions, yeah, in an Islamic prayer. You see the sujud, if I say this correct, when they're in submission, right? You see him sitting after the prayer, and this is, well, actually after this one, right? So you stand, you go, you stand, you go, you stand, and then you sit, you go again, and then you sit in a position where you have your reflection. So I'm actually really enjoying this. And again, the colors, I love the darker greens and the bluish grays. That's just me. I love it. 5 of earth. I love the tree, and there's definitely something about to happen. It's almost like parents sending off their son into a battle, right? Yeah, it has everything it needs. Number 6, the boat, the leaving behind, right? I'm not really reading it like that, also not in the RWS, because 6 again are harmony. And again, sometimes you might need to leave, you know, to find that harmony again. I can go there. This is why I don't mind, again, you know, I can go there with my own interpretations. Beautiful card. The 7s, yeah, normally we see it almost feels like thievery, right? But again, 7s, they can be confusing. We don't really know what's going on. I love that it's a little bit more clear here, you know. It's almost like she's just collecting, right? She's just collecting. There is some new growth happening, right? She's collecting her new stuff. So I like it. And again, the colorations, I really love them. The 8, we see her here being bound, right? And the 8 arrows, not swords. Okay, this fly is gonna drive me nuts. Nothing really that we don't understand, right, compared to the RWS. I don't know why it feels a little bit stiff, because the arrows are already at stiff, and then she is also stiff. And 8, yeah, maybe because of how I read, right? Because 8 is mastery for me, and it kind of feels like no motion at all. Even the clouds here feel, well, stiff. Not like here. I don't know. Here, because maybe there are openings or something. It feels like it's moving. We have everything we need, and yet I feel like it's, well, a little bit stiff maybe. 9. I like the 9. I love the scenery, the colors again, you know. I love how he's sitting. It's almost like contemplation, right? And I know in the 9 of Swords in RWS, it's about nightmares. Although I'm very honest, I'm not really getting that from this. So depending on which way she wants to go, you know, I actually love this depiction. And then 10, yeah. I'm enjoying this one because there's no piercing, right, of those arrows in her. It's almost like they're just resting on top of her, right? It just feels heavy, the energy, right? But 10 being completion for me, yeah, that are just hard lessons that push us forward, right? Again, but that's for me. So I actually really enjoy what I'm seeing here. And then we go again through the chords. So Earth, again, page. So we have here the Earth of Air, the Page of Swords. Fire of Air, so for her that's the Knight of Swords. No, I'm sorry, I did it again, I'm sorry. Air of Air, for her that is the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry. Try to cut that out, or maybe I won't. So I do love again the colorations. Water of Air, which would be the Queen of Swords, and I'm loving this depiction. And then Fire of Air, which would be for her the King of Swords. Okay, let me be clear here. Yeah, I shouldn't put my own there because I'm doing a walkthrough of her deck, right? Okay, let me do that directly here because I know I did it. Yeah, I did it. Okay, it's done. So we're going in Earth, which is Pentacles, and she uses beautiful golden pears. I thought that was very creative. I would never have thought about that, so I love that. We don't see hands, we see feet here. Again, something so different. Something very simple, so different. Love it. I love creative brains. Okay, now I just heard myself say that, and now I feel like I sound like a zombie. I just love the brain, yes, as it works. I don't want to eat it, people. Okay, the 2 of Earth, again, we see the golden pears, right? That balancing. I love how that's different from the normal 8 kind of thing, right? Or the infinity kind of thing. So I really enjoyed this one. And again, the colorations, are they beautiful? The greens here, I love it. So 3 of Earth, we have the 3 golden pears here. They're, well, working, they're busy, they're doing what they're needing to do. The 4 of Earth, again, the colorations are beautiful. And we have our 4 beautiful pears. We have some cacti. I think it's a beautiful scene. The 5, we see here a mother with her child. She's in this temple kind of setting, and then it's almost like she can step into the universe here, which again, design wise, I think it's beautiful. There's a candle here. It's almost like she's not looking, right, because we're in the 5, but Yeah, I'm enjoying this. The Six of Earth. I love the coming together, right? It's like it's a party. We got some party lights going on. There are some beautiful palm trees in the back, so I can only imagine it being nice and warm. The sun is setting. I can really go into this scene. I love it. Seven of Earth, Brooklyn, Coney Island. Well, she's at work, right? She's doing what she needs to do. It's almost like she's collecting those Paris rights. Eight of Earth for me, this really fits because again, 8 being mastery, right? And the father is teaching the young girl. I do like in the booklet, in the first pages, she is dedicating it, if I'm not mistaken, to her either her parents or her grandparents. Now I'm forgetting, and we get 2 pictures of them, and I recognize them being here. So you see the 2 pictures here on top of the piano. Yeah, those were her, either her parents or her grandparents. I kind of forgot now, I'm sorry. But anyway, when you get the deck, you download the booklet, you're gonna see them in the booklet. So I like that touch, and I recognize them immediately, even though they're tiny. So that was nice. Here we have the Nine of Earth. I love how it's all encircling her, right? Nothing to complain. Beautiful card. The Ten of Earth. Yeah. The picture a little bit faded out, but yeah, there's a lot going on here. Yeah. But it's, yeah, it can definitely be seen, because for me, the Ten of Earth, there's an ancestry link there, right? It's the family part again, but not like the Ten of Cups or water, where we see that happy family. It's a little bit different for me, the Ten of Earth. That legacy almost, right? That heritage, that lineage. I do wish that the picture in this one was a little bit clearer, but I can still know what's going on. So beautiful. Okay, and I put them in the right order. So we have the Earth of Earth, the Page of Earth. Then we have the Air of Earth, which is the Knight of Earth. Then we have Water of Earth, which would be the Queen. Queen of Pentacles. And the Fire of Earth, the King of Pentacles. And he's all majestic there, right? Yeah. Okay. The only thing I do wanted to say, because pages for me are all about learning, right? I almost wish that this depiction with her, all the books, right, would have been here. I don't know. Maybe that's me. Because here too we have this big tree, right? And then there's, well, I don't know if it's supposed to be further away or not, but it looks like a small tree. And I kind of feel like here we also see that in the brain, right? In the head space. So I think I would have enjoyed that as the Earth of Earth, because again, that learning aspect, right? That message, that study. But again, that might just be me. So yes. But I absolutely love the deck. I was actually really lucky because I saw this deck months and months and months ago when it was in pre-order. And the thing is, the deck was not expensive at all, you know, compared to other decks. But by the time I pay shipping and then I need to pay my customs, it's still gonna be an expensive deck. In Europe, we are getting better with indie decks. There are more and more shops, you know, that will stock up on indie decks, that sell indie decks. However, when it comes to Black people's arts, yeah, Europe indie shops, I'm just gonna say it, they still suck, yeah. So, in all honesty, I was not really hoping for it. I knew that Little Red Terror would have it, but because, well, the UK was like, no, we don't want to be with Europe anymore, we still need to pay those VAT costs. So, those customs, you know. And And there's one indie shop. In all honesty, for me, it doesn't have the greatest collection. It doesn't have multiple choices. It has like a few, you know. But once in a while, I still check them out because, well, you never know, right? And I did. And then suddenly I saw that they were having this deck. Oh my God, I could not be happier because I could get the deck, you know, and I didn't have to pay all those extra costs. I mean, of course, they will make a profit because they will sell it for more than that the original creator sold it for, right? But I could have seen that, you know, as if I bought it in America and I would just have paid shipping. But now I was not having those custom costs, you know. So I was really happy. If you're in Europe and you're watching this, I don't know if they still have it, but it was Kismet Berlin. Kimmit Berlin, I don't know. I'll put the link in the description if they still have it. For the rest, like I said, if you're in the UK, I'm pretty sure Little Red Terror is selling it. And otherwise, just Google the name, yeah, and you will find their website. Press Flowers or something, they had it. Okay, so again, I love the cardstock. I'm not a cardstock snob. Whew, but this feels good. It does make a shishy sound. Shish. I don't know. I love the texture. It's a little bit weird the first time you feel it. And I don't know, it feels like mini paintings, yeah, in my hand. So yes, let me place a few on the table so you can see. I mean, aren't they beautiful? They're beautiful, right? I think they're beautiful. Yeah. I mean, look at that. It's soft, and then others are bold, and I just love it. I don't think well, I'm being honest, right? If I see something, like I said with the course, that don't make sense to me, I'm just gonna switch them, you know. I'm glad, yeah, she called them in the elements, so I can switch them. But again, I love her design. Yeah, I think she did a great job, and I will enjoy working with this deck. What can I do more? Oh yeah, I wanted to show you a pairing, but I didn't have a pairing that you could buy, you know. However, I did put this deck, I changed it. I talked about one of my decks, the Animal Power deck. I talked about this deck because I designed the animal, but this part, yeah, I got from another deck. I didn't like the art, but I love the messages. So I created my own art, you know, and put her messages there. So I cannot sell it like this. However, if you still love the art, I have it now on Make Playing Cards with the name and a keyword, you know. So I just changed this bottom part into a keyword that suits the animal. So if that is something that you like, you can get it on Make Playing Cards. Again, the link will be below. But yeah, I still have the decks as I created it. So let me show you, because I kind of enjoyed them together. Sometimes I felt this was maybe a little too bold, but it was still working. It was the only one that was actually working in my collection. If you have a good idea, you know, with an oracle deck that would pair nicely, please let me know. I'm always interested, you know. Okay, let me do it quick so we can walk through a little bit of them. And yeah, this one is very big, right? So this is then very prominent. It was not a perfect match, but yeah, it was the only match that I was actually enjoying when I was trying on some new things. Here, illuminate your illusions in death and earth of earth. I really like that. Especially when it said illuminate and the sun is coming right up here, right? Yeah, I'm enjoying that. So the messages, you know, they were definitely working, even though aesthetically it might not be perfect. I still like it though. Answer your wake-up call. I mean, come It was definitely working. It's just like I said, it was not visually the most pleasing, but it's still the best pairing I'm having. Oh. See, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. Embrace your uniqueness, air of air, fire of water. I like that. Clam, discover happiness. You know, don't let all this drama pull you down, you know, but find the harmony in your emotions and be happy. I like it. So yeah, like I said, message wise, yeah, I actually think these work greatly together. Again, if you would order it from Make Playing Cards, you get it a little bit different because yeah, I needed to change the bottom part here, you know, which I did. So if you do like the aesthetics, yeah, then by all means. I mean, step forward and look. He's not even stepping, he's jumping. Like I said, the messages really worked. Aesthetically, I'm not sure yet, you know. But again, it was the only one I had any kind of feeling like, oh, this works, you know. I tried some others, but nah. So for now, this is my pairing. I like that. So yes, enjoying these. There's my stork. Oh, that's kind of nice. I'm sorry. I'm reading receive blessings and gifts, and normally the 10 of fire is like that burden kind of thing, right? Well, don't see it as a burden. There are blessings and gifts. I like that. See, that's what I mean. They have great messages. I really like them. So yeah, this is my pairing. Like I said, I couldn't find any other one that really well, suited my needs or calmed me enough to feel like, oh yeah, that's it. This is what I want to see. So yes, again, it has a great shuffle. I cannot stop shuffling this deck. I think I shuffle more than I work with it at this point. I should stop shuffling. I'm saying that and I cannot stop. Okay, this was the Ancestral Healing Tarot deck by Sister, I'm gonna call her Care. I'm sorry, that was my bell. Okay, then I'm gonna close off. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you all again soon. Okay, bye-bye.